Welcome to the Super Salt Shaker Podcast. Chrono. Get ready for the next podcast.
Hey, what's up everyone? This is Chrono here with another episode of Salt Shakers. Now tonight we present to you Toash, Margin Toash. How are you?
Good, thanks, Stephen.
Yeah, no worries.
Doing good. Anzac Day's tomorrow, so
Yeah. So
sleeping.
So we're recording this on a Tuesday. So tomorrow's Anzac Day. Everybody's going to be, resting up, I guess, and doing a bit of shopping. I think
Yep.
a lot of stores are actually closed on
Yeah,
Anzac
I think
Day.
they open at like 1 p.m. So
Yeah.
pretty much either we're sleeping in or we're going out real early for the dawn parade.
Yeah,
I'm
for
definitely
sure.
sleeping in.
Yeah. So how are you doing?
Doing pretty good. I mean, Roundabouts was just this last weekend.
Yeah.
And I managed to win all 5 of them for the season, so it's definitely pretty good.
So that's 5 in a row.
Yeah.
Damn, what a machine. So what about other things? You know, like you recently won LPL recently, didn't you?
Yeah, so LPL took place kind of right after GOM, so it was really weird because so if you guys didn't know, that
You'd be
was
so
Cardinal
tired,
Night.
and then I think it was like on Sunday. That was the finals for Dragon Ball Fighters,
Cardinal Night, yep.
and then you had to do it again on Wednesday.
Yeah.
How'd you feel about that?
Well, first one was kind of weird because like normally between tournaments you kind of get to review your footage, kind of like analyze stuff and then try and level up.
Yep.
But in this case, it was kind of just like playing the same tournament twice.
Mm-hmm.
So between them, it didn't really feel that much different, except for the fact that with LPL, it was on TV, of course, and I mean, you guys probably felt the same pressure last year with the Tekken.
Right,
LPL
yeah. So that was the first LPL that we've ever attended for the FGC.
Yep.
And it was a lot different. They ran things a lot differently and things like
freeze.
that. Yeah.
So
I mean, and because of LPL, you know, you've won yourself like a trip to, to Evo.
Evolution, yeah.
Yeah. So Evo 2018. So how do you feel about that? You must be super excited.
It's pretty crazy, yeah, because kind of got my first interest into the FGC through, of course, the Daigo Parry video. So Evo's always been something which I try and watch every single year. So when I was in uni, I would skip the Monday. I would just watch Evo.
There's always something to see, isn't there?
Yeah. I'm starting work this year, so I was expecting to take the Monday off, and now I'm going, so it's gonna be great. And for one, this is the 1 year which I really wanted to go to because of the Sunday finals games. So Sunday's finals has, of course, Tekken, Street Fighter 5, Smash vs Melee, which has a pretty special place for me, and then also Guilty Gear, BlazBlue Cross Tag, and Dragon Ball.
So you're basically entering a whole bunch of games, not just fighters.
So probably for me, fighters, I feel like I'm obligated to enter.
Of course,
And
you won the trip because of fighters.
Yeah, I'm thinking about BlazBlue Cross Tag.
Okay.
So the game will only be out for 2 months by that point.
Yeah.
So there could be some pretty dirty stuff that you could come up with. It'll just be like a complete slaughter, I think. And then apart from that, maybe some side games. So I'm not sure if I will enter Guilty Gear because I haven't been playing much and it's going to be extremely tough. But there are some side games I'd like to play. So Melty Blood, Persona 4 Arena, things like that.
Oh, they're still doing Mounty Blood.
Yep.
That must be on a CRT, wouldn't it?
I think they run it on computers now.
Oh,
so
okay.
Multiblood runs pretty good on computers,
Yeah.
And I think the latest version is actually only on computers and arcades, so that's what they're probably going to run it on.
Yeah. Let's bring it back to the to Evo and everything. Is there anyone that you want to sort of meet in particular at Evo? You're going to hunt them down and, try and take photos of them and things like that?
Yeah, I'm not sure, because I went to BAM last year and I actually got to see a lot of top players. So I got to see like Dogura, Goichi, Daigo. So a lot of top Japanese players that I saw last year. But this year I'll definitely get to see a lot of the American players. So players like Lord Knight, Nakiel, a lot of the upcoming Dragon Ball heads, Hook Gang God, people like that. It'll be pretty cool to meet them. Yeah,
you definitely want to play up against Goichi,
yeah,
Dragon Ball.
Yeah, it'll probably be if I do get against them, that'll be pretty crazy, especially on a stream.
Man, I can only imagine because for me, I play Dragon Ball FighterZ very, very casually. Sometimes I'll enter tournaments if I really want to.
Yeah.
But I don't think that I'll ever get as good, and I think that you have to always be on your toes in that game.
Yeah.
Because there's no pushback or anything like that. It's not Marvel.
Yeah, it's definitely
a
not.
Totally different game.
Yeah, I think if it did have pushback, it would change the game a lot. But right now, the game is so in the favor of the aggressor that even when you're not doing anything, it's kind of like so scary to not do anything because they could call an assist.
It encourages you to attack, doesn't it?
In fact, I think if you're not, I think if they're not blocking your attacks, then you're probably not in the best position. So you kind of always want to find your way in. It's kind of like maneuvering through a
So it's kind of like you could be dashing just over over them and things like that. Trying to get the assist in, trying to get the overhead or anything. It's just a rock paper scissors game, but
a lot. But I think Goichi, especially if you watch the way that he moves, he finds ways to really reduce the amount of RPS situations. For him, he always finds the best situation that he can. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah. So with you in LPL there, I mean, when Waza, I believe it was Waza that was up against you on the finals. How did that make you feel? I mean, everyone was wanting Blackout to go in.
Yeah, especially me as well, because as you guys, you guys might not know, but Blackout legit actually had flights booked already.
Yeah, we know about that.
Yeah, so if he had gotten in, then basically whoever was in grand finals, apart from him, was kind of guaranteed it.
Yeah.
So when he lost to Waza, I was really, I had to kind of buckle in and get ready to fight, and it went down to a pretty close moment that was determined by him not knowing that Kid Buu had a faster low version.
Drax was actually telling me about that you and Waza had that conversation about
same move.
Yeah, you guys did the same move, but he got hit because you did one frame faster, is it?
No, so Kid Buu you can hold down you can hold down back, so in numpad notation that would be 1. Yeah. And the Kid Buu has 1, 2, and 3 medium. And the
1, 2, and 3. So let's touch base on that. So 1 is down back.
Down back.
2 is down, and 3 is down forward.
Yep. And then those determine the speed and the range.
Okay.
So I think Waza he only knew that you could do a 2M. And so obviously because we were very close, I did the 1M, which beat his move.
That's the one where Boo sort of like
stomps the ground,
stomps the ground and it comes out the other way. Yeah, okay. Oh, that's interesting there. So definitely congratulations again with regards to getting that ticket to Evo. I'm pretty sure that you'll make our country proud. Are they going to give you the same treatment as Cornova and E-Black or anything like that?
I'm not sure actually, because we haven't really sorted much out. All I know is that there's flight, there's accommodation, there's a food stipend. So it seems to be pretty good. So I'm not exactly sure what else Cornova kind of got with his package, but it should be enough.
What did you end up getting, if you don't mind me asking? What did you end up getting from LPL? No. So in what kind of merchandise? Yeah, merchandising.
So nothing really, actually.
Really?
Nothing so far, at least, apart from the trophy. So I guess maybe I still have to talk to Jordan and the rest of the guys, but I mean, flight accommodation is enough for me, really.
Yeah,
and of course the pride of winning.
Where are you staying?
Not sure yet. I'm assuming it'd be a hotel close to it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just probably walking distance and everything, eh?
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, I can only imagine like how packed Evo would be and everything. It's actually, isn't it like a massive stadium or something that
that's on the
or a massive showground?
Yeah.
Sort of like Comic-Con. Like Comic-Con's
massive. I think they're trying to move it more towards like a convention with them having like a bunch of stalls and panels and things like that there. But I'm definitely still going to try and play and just play lots of games and of course hang out with my friends there, because I do have a few friends going.
Okay. That's interesting there. Well, like I said, best of luck to you over there. Now let's touch base on sort of Sheldon,
Yeah.
you know,
That's me.
and everything there. So, obviously, you know, you're East Auckland boy and everything. You went to
McLean's.
McLean's,
College.
yep, Asian Central, I guess. But how did you actually start with the whole fighting game?
Yeah, so it's kind of been a long story. So
We'd love to hear it.
Yeah, so I'm 22 now, but pretty sure. So I got
You're 22, but you don't look over 18. That's
Yeah.
for sure.
I get a lot. So I think when I was maybe like 7 or 8, I went to a Kmart and they had a GameCube set up there, and I played Smash Bros. Melee.
Okay.
So I picked Pikachu, and I versed this guy. He was using Link,
Okay.
and I got bodied. So, but I found the game was like super fun. So I really begged my parents to buy it. So we got a
So
GameCube.
you got a GameCube
and Smash Melee.
Okay, yeah.
And then I mained Link from that. Soul Calibur 2 came out, and I played that a bunch with my friends, so I played Link in that too. And then it just kind of grew from there. So when Smash Bros. Brawl came out, I bought that.
Are you good with anyone else on in Soul Calibur 2?
So
Besides Link?
Raphael kind of became my main
Okay.
through Soul Calibur 2, 3, and 4.
Yeah.
That's kind of where I stopped, but
Yeah.
I played really casually.
Oh,
But
okay.
I hope
The
they keep
reason
doing
why I asked that is because if if Virtual Bacon or NCA,
yeah.
you know, if you guys are actually listening to this, Toash here plays
Yeah.
Soul Calibur
Very casually, but
very
yeah.
casually, but you know they could
Yeah.
get you back in.
I
Are you
would probably-
looking for?
Yeah,
6?
definitely will. Yeah, I will definitely.
Soul Calibur 6.
Yeah. So far, I probably will just play X. She looks pretty good. I know she was good in 2, and this one looks more similar to 2, so I'm hoping that she's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, you know, as you were.
Yeah.
before.
So then I bought Brawl on the Wii
Yeah.
when that came out.
I
And then,
hated Brawl.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
Brawl was useless. Like,
for
that was
some- yeah.
so bad.
like
super bad.
I feel like I was still too young then to really understand the differences. So me and my friends, we pretty much just stopped playing Melee. So I actually started playing a little bit of Wi-Fi then. So I joined this Oz forum. So I played Snake in that game, and I played a bit of Wi-Fi battles. I learned a few tech, but never really got fully into it. So past that, I went into high school.
Yeah.
Found out some stuff about the Daigo Parry video. Found Maximilian on YouTube. So I got Street Fighter Arcade Edition on PC. Started playing that a little bit. Didn't
Oh,
really-
so you're a PC guy.
Yeah, so originally I was a PC guy. Never really played on Xbox or anything like that. So that was also kind of like casually playing, just kind of dipping my feet into the games, but never getting truly competitive. It was only in 2014 when I started uni that for some reason I saw a post on Facebook. So my friend, a friend of a friend, he had posted about Smash for some reason, saying that they had a meetup. And I usually don't go out of my way to invite myself to these kind of things.
Right,
But for
right.
some reason I just posted on it saying, "Oh, yeah, hey man, can I come over
Which
to this?"
Smash is this? Is this for Smash 4? Or is
No,
this...
yeah. So this was before Smash 4 came
Okay,
out. So
okay.
this was for Melee. So this was actually my friend Speedy J, Jason Chan. He's one of my really good friends. Used to be a top Melee player. So I went over to his house with a bunch of his friends from McLean's as well, and we just jammed some Project M, some Melee,
Yeah.
and it just kind of grew from there. So that was aligned with the revival of Melee here. So I'm not sure if you guys really kept in touch with the Smash scene, but it was kind of dead before 2014. So there was a period with the BBS and things like that, where Melee was going alongside with some other FGC games.
Yeah.
But it just kind of died for a little bit.
So you're saying that there's just not enough players?
Yeah,
That's-
so the players, they just kind of became casual. So
Okay.
so obviously players like Darren, they just kind of stopped playing.
Penalicious. Yeah.
So
Oh, he's also got a family now.
yeah, it's a
so he's a dad.
a lot of the
two.
that was kind of the case for a lot of the Melee guys around then. They'd played, they'd gone to these tournaments,
Yeah.
but nothing really happened until 2014
Yeah.
with the Smash Brothers documentary. So that came out. There was more people getting in, myself included, and they just started hosting a few tournaments at the University of Auckland.
Okay. Yeah.
So the first tournament there was kind of with the University of Auckland Video Game Club. So we ended up having our tournament at one of their events, and I still remember my first tournament game. So there was a bunch of people playing Just Dance in the background, and you can find this video on YouTube, so you can't hear any of the
Whereabouts
gameplay.
is this?
So this was in one room at the University of Auckland. It was just some room, I can't remember.
Oh, okay.
I think in the arts
Is
building.
that the one that's off Simon Street, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I think I've been there with my old flatmate when 4 came out.
Oh, right.
Smash 4 came out, and like they played. There was like there was Melee, and there was also Smash 4.
Yeah. So I was probably there. Yeah, I might have been there, but I might not have seen
I know
you.
Adam was there, like CubT. And all that. So CubT was pretty much the only person that I knew, that was in the Smash community and things like that.
Yeah, it's kind of very secular, but yeah, that's how it is.
They don't. I can say that. Without stepping on any toes there and everything, Smash players are a little bit unique in their own way.
I mean, first off, they are a lot younger than most players.
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of how it was. So when I first joined, I was the youngest player in the whole scene.
Yep.
At just 18. So
yeah, they're kind of like. I could sort of say that Smash players is kind of like the adoptive kid.
Yeah.
You know, of the FGC. You know, you've got all your brothers and sisters and things like that, but then this guy's adopted.
Yeah, I feel
because a lot of people. I mean, I play Smash. I like Smash.
Of course.
Like, when I was in high school, I had a Nintendo 64, and I actually brought in Smash.
Yeah. That was a good game.
Yeah, it was a really good game, and people would actually, bring their controllers and things like that. So I don't have any beef with the game. I actually like the game, but a lot of players in the FGC kind of think of it differently. They say, "Oh, it's not a fighting game," you know.
I mean, yeah. I think, personally, I think it might not actually be a fighting game, and that's coming from a Smash player. I think it's just very different. And the one thing which always gets me is that there's no kind of scaling. So it doesn't matter which move you land first. You'll always do the same amount in your combo, and that makes the game so much different when there's much less risk there's much less risk attached to your smaller moves. So you kind of have to play it a lot more safe. It's much more of a movement-based game, at least for Melee. But I think a lot of this just comes from the online community. Kind of online community saying, Smash is a party game, stuff like that. But I think it's still like I still think it's like it's a great competitive game, and we have a lot of great players here. We have awesome community leaders. Just everything is just kind of its own community now.
So who's actually your leader now for Smash anyway?
Yeah, so it's kind of changed a lot. So back in the day, we had this guy Alex Anderson, Liam, people like that. Nowadays we have Wontons. So he was at War. He got second at he got third at War.
So shout out to him, man.
Yep, shout out to Wontons. So now he's kind of leading the whole Melee front there.
Okay.
And Smash 4, there's Alberto, double A, and he's probably going to lead the Smash Switch as well. And that would be pretty exciting, seeing who comes
I've got
in
a
there.
Switch, man. You might see me come along.
Maybe, I
Hopefully.
still need to buy one. Yeah.
Well, for me, for Smash 4, I always like playing Link. Even in Melee, I like Link. But then, you get like all these people that talks to you about like
Low
tier
tier,
and stuff like that, and I'm just like, you know what? I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit. I like Link. Link is cool.
I like Link as well. Yeah. I've always played Sheik.
And that's Sheik is top tier in Melee, wasn't she?
Sheik is definitely my favorite character to play as ever.
Darren played Sheik. He like bodied me with Sheik. He was
Peach,
playing. He was playing Peach and Sheik.
Yeah, Sheik is very easy to pick up, but it's definitely a pretty nuanced character, but she has a lot of like scrub killer moves type of thing. So,
Okay. Yeah. So you've got Melee, you've got 4. I mean, we're just gonna forget about Brawl because we'll just say that it never happened.
Okay.
So and then you've got Switch. So did they confirm that it was actually a brand new game?
I feel like they wouldn't hype it up so much if it was just a port of Smash 4. So I'm
actually
really hoping,
wouldn't mind if it is a port of Smash 4.
I wouldn't mind over, but I'm hoping because they have the new Link. They have the Inklings. Probably gonna have some ARMS characters. So it should be good. So I'm probably not gonna turn to playing Smash competitively anytime soon. Really, I think got my hands full already. But I'm really excited to see what happens with this new game.
Yeah. No, definitely. So, as you were saying, I mean, I know that we sort of derailed a bit there. So, you know, with your gaming and everything, so you started on Smash, and then, you know, you saw the Daigo parry and everything. So, what was your main game that you started playing competitively?
So the whole Daigo parry thing, that just kind of got me into watching fighting games and playing them casually, so playing SF4.
Right.
So I started with
you
Arcade Edition.
Yeah, you bought Arcade Edition on computer.
And then I played Ultra with my friend from school. But from 2014 to even like 2017, Melee was my main game and my main focus.
And so what, you were just using Link?
No, yeah, so I started out using Dr. Mario.
Okay.
So if you guys don't know, I usually play type of like protagonist, very straightforward type of characters. So for me, I played Mario in Project M, and then in Melee, Mario is not as good as Dr. Mario, so I just picked him, but he's still not that good. So I ended up picking Sheik, and then I just kind of stuck with her ever since. So yeah, I started out going 0-2 at my first tournament. So those VODs are up there. You can hear the Numa Numa song in the background. You're playing Just Dance. You kind of hear the game. Yeah, so I started going 0-2, just slowly improved over time until I was about maybe like a top 2 player by maybe like 2016. And that's kind of where I stayed, always under aloof. So, yeah.
Okay, so that's interesting. It's interesting because I always thought that, you know, you were always like an anime type
player, yeah.
fighting game. Yeah, so yeah, I didn't know that you know that you know you had so much history with Smash.
Yeah. I mean, for anime games, I didn't get into them at all until maybe 2017. So have you always taken a liking to anime itself? Yeah. So if you take a look around my room, I mean, the viewers probably can't see, but
you've got a Persona 5 poster.
Yeah. So I got that one from Japan at a cafe. But yeah, I've got figures and posters and stuff. So yeah,
nice.
I like anime, but for anime fighters, I never really got into playing them just because they weren't at the forefront. So you know, when you watch Max, he was always playing SF4, Third Strike. When you watch Evo, there was always, you know, Street Fighter 4. Guilty Gear didn't really come on until a little bit later. So for me, it wasn't until maybe 2017 I started playing Guilty Gear Xrd Revelator. And that was kind of the big one for me. Kind of got me into it, playing alongside Melee.
Okay. So, like I said, you know, you said that you're quite a anime fan, and things like that. Is there any fighting games that you've really enjoyed, like in the anime sort of field? Yeah.
So for me, it's obviously Dragon Ball. I mean,
obviously Dragon Ball.
I'm a huge Dragon Ball fan.
Yeah, we'll touch base on that a lot later. So you've got like that, and
obviously Guilty Gear. I think it's still probably like the best fighting game out.
Like, it's so funny though. There's actually some people that say that Guilty Gear is not really an anime game because it's a separate entity itself.
Yeah, it is.
You know who you are. You were the one that mentioned it on stream and things like that. So yeah, I'm not gonna name drop, but yeah, you know who you are.
Well, apart from that, I could say Persona 4 Arena. Yeah. So we're actually playing that a lot now. You'll probably see that at every.
I saw it. I like that. I like the look of the game.
Yeah, it's a very cool game.
Yeah. I don't really understand because Persona 5 is like the only Persona that I've played.
True. Yeah.
So
just wait for a new one.
Yeah, just wait for a new one or something. Yeah, and I'll definitely play that.
And then Multi Blood. I really like Multi Blood a lot too. I would still be playing a lot more if Dragon Ball didn't come out.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Multi Blood. Like, is it actually the same? There's only one Multi Blood, isn't there?
Yeah. So Multi Blood is a spin-off game. It's based off the visual novel Tsukihime.
Yeah.
Which is done by the guys who did Fate Stay Night.
Yeah. Tsukihime. Yeah.
Tsukihime. So that's kind of its own thing, and there's only one game there. There's never been one since, but we still love it.
Okay. Who's your character there?
So I play a lot of characters, but my main character is CL. So CL, I play the full moon version. So in that game, it's kind of like Mortal Kombat X. You have 3 different versions of every character, and they're extremely different. So it really leads to a lot of different matchups.
Who's that guy with the
knife?
Yeah, with the knife.
So Shiki. Yeah, he's the main.
Shiki, yeah,
he's
yeah.
the main character.
Oh, okay. Is there? There's another guy that
Nani,
also has. Yeah.
So that's
he's
kind
got
of his
glasses.
clone. Yeah. Yeah. So there's like Shiki, and then there's his like kind of like evil clone. Nanaya.
Wait. So who's the guy with glasses? Who's the guy without glasses?
The guy with glasses is the main character. The guy
Ah.
without glasses is kind of like his evil clone.
Oh, okay. But he's like a lot faster, isn't he?
Yeah, so he's
clone.
kind of the character which inspired Adult Gohan. He has the whole fast fall thing. He also has the reverse beats, which Gohan gets at level 7.
Yeah.
So that's kind of why I picked him. Plus, I just like him as a character. But yeah.
Okay. Well, so you've got that. You've got Mounty Blow. We've touched base on that.
Yep.
So, any other fighting games? Have you played Fighting Climax?
No, I haven't. So yeah, I was actually meaning to, but it's a little bit expensive.
I've got it on PS3.
Yeah, and there's a new one.
Yeah,
There's a
they're
new
on
one,
PS4.
just only on Japanese.
Yeah, well, I've got that. Oh, there's also that JoJo game that came out in on PS3. Like it's sort of like near the end of the PS3 era.
Yeah.
And things like that. I don't know if you've played that.
I haven't played it, but yeah, I know there's rumors about a new one.
Oh yeah.
Yep. But yeah, the old one was pretty broken from what I've seen.
Joseph was pretty cool. I've
Yeah.
always liked Joseph.
Yeah, same. So
Yeah.
yeah, I'm hoping that they make a new one because I think the characters would lend themselves perfectly to a fighting game, eh?
Yeah, especially with the stands and everything like that. It
Yeah.
just makes it look really, really cool.
Yeah.
It's so funny how like so many anime and things like that have actually sort of copied the whole JoJo
Yeah, I
sort
mean,
of fighting type, you know.
Persona's one.
Persona's
definitely,
one, yeah, for sure. But yeah, speaking about Persona and all those anime and things like that, like, are there any anime that you're watching at the moment?
Yeah, so right now I've been kind of busy with like work. So I started work last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, so last year, and then I've just been playing Dragon Ball a lot since it came out.
Mm-hmm.
So nothing really right now. I mean, I'm just following, Persona, Boku no Hero.
Mhm.
It's kind of like the popular series right now.
Oh my god, man! I wanted to tell you, because from one anime watcher to another, I had a friend he is a close friend of mine. He came over on Saturday and then he downloaded this anime for us to watch.
Yeah.
And apparently it's like, what is it, like girls horse racing
Oh, yeah, I think I
or
saw
something like that?
Yeah.
I'm just like, what is this?
Horseman of Val, yeah.
Yeah. They got like the horse tail,
Yeah.
and then they're pretty much in their like their track uniform.
Yeah.
The short shorts, and they're just running around this like horse track.
Yeah.
And then you're like, I'm scratching my head, going like, what the hell is this? Like,
What happens in it?
It's-
They just run around.
yeah, they just run around, and they have like, I don't know, they probably got like special powers or something
Yeah.
like that. But yeah, like, and it's really, really bad because he's a really close friend of mine. He's 30,
Right.
and then
he,
you're
really,
like,
and he like really likes it.
you kind of think about it. You're like, dude, the older you get, man, the creepier this is gonna look. It's not a good look.
Yeah.
But I guess that you're into it, so I'm not gonna judge.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I still haven't seen it. I mean, I probably won't from what you've said, but yeah, I was kind of like, what? It's kind
Yeah.
of weird, eh?
No, but it's just stuff like that, eh? You're just like, holy shit.
There's like always like heaps of stuff coming out every season. Just not enough time to watch. Just
The only thing I'm watching at the moment is just Persona 5,
animation.
and the animation, because I played the game, and Shokugeki no Soma.
Yeah, I still haven't seen that, but yeah,
It's
I
good.
know it's good.
really good. Yeah. So anyway, moving on to your name. So
Yep.
Sheldon, aka Toash, and everything. How did you get the name Toash?
Yeah, so just a bit of backstory. So I've used a bunch of different tags. So in 2014 I went by
Toash and
MKT.
Shell, MKT. Okay.
So yeah, and then in 2015, so in 2016 I went by just Shell, and in 2017, kind of 2018, I've been using Toash. So if you guys see my Twitter is just Toashell, just a portmanteau of Toast and Shell from when I used to play Team Fortress 2.
Okay.
It's really, really dumb. But I was playing PUBG with my friend Sam, and then we were playing with one of his American friends.
Yes.
And so usually when I play with his friends, they kind of always read my name as just Shell,
Yeah, yeah.
But this guy, for some reason, he just read it as Tosh, and I was like, wow, that actually sounds kind of cool. I'll just try it, and like it just kind of has a nice ring to it, at least for me. I was looking for a little bit of a change because there are already a few players called Shell, there's like some Smash 4 players. I think there's a Street Fighter player. So I was okay, let me just try it out. Then I won GOM, I won LPL, so now I'm like, oh, I think I'm kind of stuck with this.
Yeah, well, I guess that, with the fighting game community, or any kind of gaming community, is that once you make a name for yourself, or once you've won a tournament and everything, everyone's going to call you that name.
Yeah.
You could be like, Butt Lord or something. Don't call yourself Butt Lord and go to a tournament, because, if you win, if you happen to win or make an impact, people are always... It's like, hey, Butt Lord.
Yeah, I mean, it's like a... Rosetro just kind of going to like Res A. It's like people still know him as Rosetro, right? It's just, you can't really change your name.
Yeah, like we've got one of our more prominent Tekken players, Rambo.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's been like he's gone off so many names. He's been on the podcast and everything. So if you guys don't know who Rambo is, go back to the VODs. Yeah, he's definitely in there. He's in 2 episodes actually. So yeah, like he was called like Red Lightning and Mr. Mysterious River.
Oh yeah, I think I saw that one on the stream. LPL. I was like, oh, okay, who's this guy?
Yeah, so it's Rambo. Yeah, we all know him as Rambo. And it's like, he tries so hard to change his name. So we're just like, nah, you don't look like a Mr. Mysterious River. You're just Rambo to us. That's all it is. You're Rambo.
Yeah,
it's always going to be Rambo.
Yeah.
Yeah, and just the same as Fergus as well. Like, I don't know if we can call him Cornwallis, because he's always been like Cornwillis.
Yeah.
Cornwillis or something. Who knows?
Yeah.
Maybe things can change. But, yeah, so Toash and everything there, so let's go on. Oh, fuck, okay, nah, I just fizzled out there.
That's alright.
That's cool, we'll just,
yeah.
Let's see, what else can we talk about?
Dragon Ball, it's kind of like the main game stuff.
Yeah. So Toash, tell us about Dragon Ball. I mean, so obviously it's sort of your main game at the moment.
Yep.
So how did you go on about choosing your characters and everything?
Yeah, so actually when I first started, I was playing Cell, Nappa, Vegeta.
Mm-hmm.
So I just can't remember why. So there's a player, Tatsunoko, who plays that team.
Mm-hmm.
But I have no idea why I picked Nappa, because he's like kind of ugly and like I don't like him a lot. But for some reason I was just playing him.
Isn't he like really low tier? But
he
hits
low
like
tier.
a train though.
Yeah, and he's like a set play character, so he's actually very technical, I guess. So he's a very technical character.
Who's actually in your main team? So obviously you've got Gohan as as your point character.
Yeah. So a week later after playing that team, I was like, no, this team's weird.
Yeah.
So I kind of just X copied Nakiel's team. So he was one of the most prominent players at that time, because he had gotten pretty famous through playing the closed beta, playing the open beta.
Yeah.
So he plays Kid Buu, Adult Gohan, and then Super Saiyan Goku. So I was like, okay, I'll just pick that. I'll just pick that one. And it just really fits my style, I think. I really don't like using Vegeta. I just don't like using his assist. Even though it's the best assist.
He's got stubby limbs.
It's a
that's
little
what
stubby,
I like about him.
But he can play like a pretty versatile game. He's got probably one of the best fireballs. He's got a air dragon punch, so he can really just stop people from kind of approaching. Whereas
And
Goku,
you get an invincible frame out of that, isn't it?
Yep. So it's an invincible move, and of course he has a very fast low.
Yeah.
Goku doesn't have that, but for some reason, I've just stuck with this team. I think it works pretty well. I've been playing around with some other teams, but right now I think this is definitely my main team going into BAM, and then probably going into EVO as well.
Okay, so we've got Gohan, Goku,
Kid Buu.
Kid Buu.
So Kid Buu is probably...
He's in the middle, isn't he?
I think.
For you?
So for me, I play him up front.
Okay.
So I think Kid Buu is like probably top 2 characters in the game. Probably alongside like 16. But yeah, I think Kid Buu he brings so much to a team. So not just because of his assist, which is really good. Lockdown, if you've seen it, that the ball just kind of like spins through them. But also his super, it allows for a lot of characters to get two supers up. The way it kind of brings them up, and then and then when they're down, you can do like a second super.
Yeah.
So he provides a lot of utility for a team, and he plays a bit more of like a mid-range style, which is more of my focus. So yeah, and then obviously Gohan, like just a really strong character.
Just a powerhouse.
Powerhouse, yeah. And plus, he's my favorite Dragon Ball character, so that's kind of fun.
Even going into the anime.
Yep. So yeah, I'm a
Okay.
huge anime fan too, and yeah.
I was like a big Gohan fan until he grew up.
Yeah, that's kind of where I like him.
Yeah.
I love Adult Gohan.
Yeah, Adult Gohan is weird, he's dorky and
Yeah.
and things like that. Doesn't know how to talk to girls.
Yeah. It's just kind of it's cool how he just like unlocks his full potential though. Yeah, I'm not exactly sure why I took a liking to him because yeah, he doesn't really like do much. He just kind of like loses, or he just gets too cocky.
He's a jobber.
Yeah,
he just jobs.
For some reason, yeah, I just love him. I've always played him in like pretty much all of the other games. And I really like Goku as well.
Yeah, I just felt really bad in the revival of Frieza.
Yeah, that's bad.
That one, he said that he couldn't even remember how to
go Super Saiyan.
how to go Super Saiyan. Like,
It's like what?
you can't do that, man. Come on.
Yeah. At least yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, let's move on to the more fun bits, eh? So in our community, obviously you've got a lot of characters, like a lot of personalities, I guess. So in a sense, who do you think are like the villains and the good guys? Yeah. I did ask a lot of people this question, and they gave me different.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of different ones.
Yeah.
So for like the heroes, I feel like at Gorm, like I think I might have been the hero. Just
Gorm?
Yeah, so that might be kind of cocky, but like because like normally in Smash I was never like the hero character. I play kind of like a lame character. Not really the coolest. I was always getting kind of high placings like that. But at Gorm it really felt like people were on my side against Blackout.
Well, Blackout does have like a sort of a persona that people love to hate.
Yeah.
Like it's like one of those guys that just doesn't care. He's just like, you know what? I'm just gonna body you. I'm gonna play you like I hate you.
Yeah.
And that's how he gets the advantage and everything. I don't know. He just has this vibe of like of being a villain. But in saying that, you being at the pinnacle of Dragon Ball fighters. People do say that if you're there and you win, if you win tournaments for too long, you could start getting a lot of traction and a lot of people starting to sort of not be on your side anymore.
Yeah, I feel like at that tournament just felt cool because there was a lot of international talent, and then it just felt like it was the first time people were really trying to like send me energy like that, so it was pretty cool.
So you're Goku and you're making the spirit bomb.
Yeah.
Okay.
But so apart from that, for me it's kind of cliche answers. So Mason, even though he's like the best, he was one of the first guys I met. So he plays Smash.
Messiah.
Yeah. So yeah, Messiah Mason. So I met him back in 2014 because he used to play a little bit of Smash. So for me, he's always just been the coolest guy. I'll always root for him.
Yep.
And of course, Ghost Chips as well.
Ghost Chips, yeah.
Ghost
oh
Chips.
my god, yeah.
He's
he is
winning so much.
He's a prodigy, man, at the game.
He's like such a nice guy too. He's definitely one of my favorite guys. He's just a pleasure to be around. And then for Smash, I'd say Red Murphy Cater.
Murph.
So
okay,
he's also the best at that game. But if you know him, it's really hard to not see him as the hero. So even though he's the number one, like pretty much everyone's got his back. He's really that type of personality. So yeah. So for villains,
villains. Okay.
I don't know if I have any for villains.
Oh, you're just too much of a nice guy.
You're a nice guy.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, I feel like because like you guys always say that Blackout is kind of one, but like
everybody knows that already anyway.
Yeah, but from my experiences with I've always been alright. I've always been alright with him because I haven't seen his kind of like his reign, his reign of terror. So yeah, I guess I don't really have one.
What about in terms of in Smash? There's got to be someone that sort of has a chip on their shoulders over there.
Yeah. So in Smash, I guess maybe Aloof, obviously. No.
CubT?
Aloof. CubT, I mean, he's got some stuff in the Smash community, but we're kind of over that now.
Yeah.
It's
guys have kind of
fine.
grown up.
So
and stuff.
not me and him, but just between him and some other people in the Smash community, which kind of led to him having a bit of a, not really a villain persona, just, you know,
It's just sort of
butting heads with some people.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, definitely Aloof is probably, he's been the man to beat for about 2 to 3 years now.
Okay.
A top player in Melee, Smash 4. So even though he's a cool guy, it's very fun to see when he actually loses.
Yeah, no, that's there are people. There's obviously people in our community that people love to see lose. They love to see go down, and I think that in GOM, with Blackout being the villain and things, and Simp going over
beating him,
Blackout, that was big, and then you
Rez
going over
beating
Blackout,
him,
that was a big hype. Yeah, just
yeah.
things like that, really. Yeah, so. There's always villains and things like that. It's just depending on how you want to sort of see yourself.
Yeah, I feel like anime community doesn't really have too many people like that. I think everyone's is kind of cool.
Yeah.
Bank's obviously a hero too. Bank kind of carrying the anime community on his shoulders. So yeah.
Oh, you got people like them. There's someone that I always like to make fun of. Not really make fun of, but he's really cool.
Yeah.
But he just seems like the type of guy that you see him and you're just like, hey, little guy, come here.
Who's this?
Yoma.
Oh, Yoma.
Karan. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's such a cool guy, but he's a guy that you really like to make fun of and
I mean,
roast.
I mean, even I'm guilty of giving him a few roasts. But yeah, it's really weird. I mean, obviously he's a great guy. He's driven me to the airport and back, stuff like that.
Yeah,
he's an awesome
he's cool.
dude.
He's cool. And I think that he is an asset to the to the community.
Yeah.
Even though
Not
that
just
he's
he.
though that he's not that good at Tekken and things like that, but he definitely knows a lot about it.
Yeah, I feel like not even just for kind of not even just for Tekken or not just for anime games. He knows so much about so many different games. Yeah, it's just kind of always been hard for him to apply it, but yeah, I'm looking forward to see what he can do in
He's
the future,
probably one of those guys that's that knows the theory and but doesn't actually put it into sort of play.
Yeah, I feel like there's always those types of players pretty much all around the world.
He'll be a good coach.
Yeah.
Later on if
Maybe
there is an esports
maybe that's
sort of
something.
thing.
Yep.
Yeah, because he definitely knows his shit.
For sure.
Definitely knows his shit. So, moving on there, is there anything that you'd like to share? Any funny stories that happen within the community? Or anything like that?
Depends which ones, because I've been in the Smash community and now kind of the anime community
let's
too.
not talk about Toash, let's talk about Sheldon, and outside of the persona,
Oh yeah.
is there any sort of funny things that, that's happened?
Oh yeah. So kind of just relating to all this stuff recently. So when this whole LPL thing was going on, so I have my mates who are kind of outside of fighting games, and they kind of found out about it through newspaper, stuff like that,
Social media,
those things, but they didn't tell me about that. So on the finals day, they just sent me they just told me that they were kind of all at one guy's place, just kind of watching, drinking, stuff like that. So it was really crazy for me to see that it had reached this year, to reach kind of reach my own personal circle of friends too. So that was actually kind of cool, kind of funny to see that they were watching, even though they had zero idea what was going on. So they couldn't even tell what characters I
so they weren't really they're not Dragon Ball fans and things like that.
They kind of are Dragon Ball fans, but it's kind of hard to follow the game too. And then my parents somehow ended up watching too, and they had no idea what characters I was as well. So yeah, it's pretty cool seeing how it's kind of.
So you've got the full support.
Approach. Yeah.
Yeah, you're lucky, man. For me, all my friends are hey, where's Chrono? Where's Steven this weekend?
Oh, he's
and
out,
they're like, yeah, he's out. He's going to some tournament. I don't know. They just don't care,
Yeah, I think it's kind of different now with people, because a lot of my friends, they just kind of understand it now that tournaments, that it's like that type of thing. I just tried to tell them that tournaments are more than this thing you see on TV. You know, and a few of them came out to a few events. They kind of saw it. They're like, well, okay, this is actually pretty cool.
Yeah, well, it's a big deal, especially in New Zealand where we're so far away from everything. It's always good just to see, some people, some local talents and things
definitely.
like that. And I do hope that you do well in, Evo this year. Later on.
BAM as well. I'm going to BAM next.
Yeah, you're
month.
going to BAM as well. You'll see Dan Banter there as well. He won.
Yeah.
He won tickets from War.
Yep, we'll see.
So good luck to
there
him.
as well.
Yeah, best of luck to him. Zazov will be going as well. And I'll probably ask a lot of people to bring me back some Cole's chocolate cookies.
Okay.
Those things are the shit. Absolutely, delicious.
For me, there it's always about the golden gay times. I just always try to grab some.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I think it's called something different here. It's kind of this it's like this Australian ice cream,
Okay.
but it's like really really good.
Oh, okay. That's something different. I never actually heard about that.
Yeah.
Oh. But for me, it's just always been the cookies. You can't bring ice cream
Yeah,
back,
okay.
so why not bring cookies?
Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. So before we wrap this up, Sheldon, obviously, there's always that one question that everybody,
classic.
that everybody asks, and everything, and everybody wants to know. So, who's your fighting game waifu?
Yeah. So maybe I've got like a few answers here just for a few reasons. So for one,
you've got Optimus Dave, and you've got Iron Soul actually coming up with the top 3.
oh okay.
So let's hear your top
Okay,
3.
so for me, I've got this one might not count because it's from Persona 4. So
Okay.
technically not a fighting game character. It's a game character. But Aegis from Persona 4 Arena.
Right.
It's like so she's from Persona 3, but she's in Persona 4 Arena.
Okay.
She's like awesome, like probably the best character from that game.
Wait, who's she again?
She's the robot girl. So yeah. So also as a matter of fact, I also play the robot girl in Tekken as well. So
Alyssa.
yeah, I play Alice as well.
Oh,
so,
you
yeah.
have a robot fetish.
No, I just so I played Leo first, but yeah, I just found she was a bit cheaper.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
So you've got her, okay, and
then so for Smash Bros, might not be a fighting game, but, Sheik. I really like
not
Sheik.
Zelda.
No, I just really like Sheik. Sheik from Ocarina of Time. She has a cool design. Hyrule Warriors, she's just really cool. Kind of like elegant too. I think they've reached like a real good point with her design now, the way that she looks.
Okay. Yeah.
And then probably the other one would be Chun-Li. So I played Chun-Li in Street Fighter 4. I like how she looks in that game. I think she's cool. I don't like how she looks in Street Fighter 5. But yeah, I'm a huge fan of her.
Okay. So if you were to narrow it down, who would it be?
Yeah, so it would probably Sheik, just because, Sheik has a very special place in my heart too. So maybe like you, I guess maybe she would be a friend instead. Right, so maybe like you and Xiao Yu.
Yeah, me and
She'd be
Xiao
my
Yu.
friend. So maybe Sheik is more my friend. So maybe I will say Aegis then.
Okay.
Aegis the top tier waifu.
I think that for me though, when it comes to Persona, I think that I think I've really found it because I like watching this character.
Yeah.
And things, and that's Ahn from
Ahn, yeah.
Persona 5. Like, I'll probably get a lot of hate from CubT. And things like that. He calls her a basic bitch. Yeah. But the thing is that just the blonde hair, the dominatrix suit, and everything. It just looks cool.
Yeah, so I like
Ahn Takamaki.
Makoto. Yeah, so I like Makoto a lot. So obviously a lot of my favorite characters.
Well, who doesn't
Makoto.
like Makoto? Everybody
Yeah,
likes Makoto.
but
It's just the
I
thing.
liked her from when they announced her. I was like, oh yeah, this is definitely my.
Yeah.
This is definitely my.
What's
type
funny
character.
though is CubT actually told me because I was like, okay, who's your like Persona 5 person then? Who's your Persona 5 girl? And he's like, I like Hifumi.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, well, I guess there's
playable. Yeah.
a lot of people was like, they're on like Team Hifumi.
She was supposed to be a playable character.
She was supposed to be, but then it will make the game way too long. I mean, the game's already like 100 hours.
Yeah.
So why would you actually like make it any longer?
Yeah. Yeah, it's mostly me, just Makoto, Haru as well.
Okay.
They're pretty cool. So yeah, if the game ever comes out, maybe I'd try them, but I'd probably just end up playing Joker.
Joker.
Always put them in characters.
Yeah, you said that you like the protagonist and
Yeah,
everything.
I just like how they play. Most of the time,
Okay.
you know, they play kind of simple, but
Yeah.
they always have all of the tools. I don't like being limited.
Okay.
Like having all of them.
Yeah. No, for sure. But no, anyway, no, thank you very much for your time there, Sheldon. It's been nice to have you on the Salt Shakers, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you know, we definitely like to get more names out there. But you know, you being a Smash player and things like that, you'd definitely be one of the first Smash people to come on.
First Smash player,
And,
yeah.
we highly
anime player.
appreciate it. Yeah, we highly appreciate that you make the time and things like that.
Oh, yeah.
You know, to come on. I mean, it's already hard, like getting time slots for everyone. Yeah. So, but no, thank you very much for your time.
Yeah. I just have to say thank you, man. It's been great. I've kind of gone back and kind of like listened to a lot of these, and it's really a honor to be on. You know, it's
Well,
great.
now you get to tell your story
Justin
and
Wong,
things. you know?
you've had, because especially like kind of getting to know a lot of the Tekken players too, Justin Wong, stuff like that. So yeah, it'd be pretty cool to see some more maybe Smash players, anime players coming on. It's like because I think they definitely have some pretty cool stories to tell too.
Yeah, I mean, and this is what this podcast is all about. It's all about like sort of
Origins,
origins, storytelling, funny moments, and things like that. But no, it's great. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you, man.
Welcome to the Super Soul Shaker Podcast. Drax. Get ready for the next podcast.
Welcome back, everyone. This is Chrono here, and right now I have CubT with me.
Hi
Adam.
everyone, what's really going on? Thank you for having me.
No, it's always good, you know, just having different people on the show and things like that. Especially, you know, when there's just like, you know, Tekken, Street Fighter, you know, and we're breaking into Smash. I mean, just before we had Toash,
Dragon Ball Fighter Z?
Dragon Ball Fighter Z as well. Yeah, so yeah, Toash also being in the Smash community as well. You know, I know that you're quite prominent in the Smash community.
I was.
You- So, no, again, thanks for being on the show. I mean, thanks for agreeing with this. I know that you caught like a bus here, all the way from
two
North Coast.
buses?
Two buses. Oh, looks like I might just need to just drop you off at like, you know, the second bus.
Oh, it's
So I
fine,
guess
it's
I
fine.
could do
Getting,
that.
getting home's gonna be fine. I'm not too worried about it.
You're not too worried? Okay. Well, yeah, how are you? How are you doing?
I think with Street Fighter 5, I was quite, the past few months, I have been going through something just with the nerfs to my character and that kind of stuff. But I'm starting to get used to it now, and I'm finally getting to a place where I feel like I can compete with my character, even though I was doubting myself earlier.
Yeah. So you're a Laura main. We'll touch base on that. Yeah, I just say that, you know, I know you more from Tekken.
Well, that's the thing is, like, we've known each other for such a long time, though.
Oh, I say probably more than 10 years now.
Definitely.
The first time I knew who you were, I mean, you were on Tekken Zaibatsu, and weren't you in Taupo?
No, so Taupo, like, a little bit south of Taupo and Turangi, that's actually where I grew up.
Oh, okay.
So I think I joined those forums, like, when I was, like, 15 or 16. Oh,
you were still in
16,
high
17.
school.
Yeah,
You were still in high school. I remember you coming to Auckland, and I was at Yifan's, and apparently, do you remember Peter or Blah Blah?
Oh, I remember him.
Yeah. So basically, I only had $1, and he was playing Xiaoyu, and I'm like, holy crap, his Xiaoyu's so cool. I want to play it. And I think that there was like, I think you were in front of me, and I said, hey, excuse me, is that your coin? And you're like, yeah. And I'm like, I need to go soon. I only have like $1. Can I just play him first? And you're like, okay.
Oh, thank God! Like I was wondering where that was going. I was thinking, oh, did I go? Oh, no.
Nah. You were nice.
Like in my head, I'm
there's
like,
always,
oh my God,
come on, man. There's a nice side of Adam. Come on. You know, you're not just, you know, you're never like always the Wicked Witch. Only sometimes, maybe tournaments.
I know, it's just in my head. I'm like thinking, oh my, but you can remember that. Wow, that blows my mind a bit.
Well, that's the reason why I started the podcast, because, you know, I remember all this bullshit, like, you know, that goes on with like the FGC, and I'm like, you know what, this would be a really cool story to tell. So that's what it is. So, when you were playing, you know, Tekken back then, I mean, you weren't really full time, obviously, you know, in the FGC.
I was just
so tell us about
game.
that. How, tell us the evolution of CubT.
So back then, I was a bit like, you could call me a bit of a weeb. Back then, I actually went by the tag of Banzai, as you probably remember.
Yeah.
So back then, when I was in high school, I played a lot of Wang and a lot of Asuka. But that was just me kind of learning the game. Like, I didn't really properly understand it at that stage.
Yeah.
But I really enjoyed it. I played it a lot with my best friend, who, you know, I bodied.
You want to shout out to them?
Oh, you know, well, kind of. Like, shout out to my closest friend, Rogue Baby. That's his tag.
Okay.
You know, I bodied you then, and I'll still body you now. Just saying.
Oh, goodness me.
But I think back then, because I wasn't really comfortable with who I was.
Yeah, tell us more about that.
I was kind of looking for places like where I belong, like just common interest with people, trying to make friends, kind of to escape kind of the stuff that was going on at school and that kind of shit. So that was kind of my thinking behind like hanging out on those kind of forums. But one thing that I do remember, I remember one of the times that I came up and I was hanging out a little bit with. Do you remember? I think his tag was Zenki, but his name was
No, yeah, I remember now.
And
very angry Japanese.
Well, the thing is, I didn't know him as angry, but the times that I met him, like he sat down with me. We played some Samurai Showdown. We played some. I think it was Alpha 3.
Yeah.
And he was like showing me all these infinites, and I was like, oh my god, this is really lit, you know? And for me, like, it was really surprising that someone would take their time out to kind of spend that time with me.
Right,
Yeah.
I see. Yeah. Okay, so you basically just thought that maybe, hey, look, arcade, this is where all my friends are, and, you know, this is my comfort zone.
Like, I just really enjoyed the environment and how friendly the people were.
Is this Yifan's or is this in Time
This was
Zone?
at Yifan. Yeah, this was at Yifan's, yeah.
Man, so many memories in Yifan's. I'm just so sad that it's actually gone now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they still have, like, Time Out, and now they've got Game On, like, Time Zone and Game On now, like, they've actually moved from Time Out, upstairs, where the cinema is, all the way down the bottom now.
I thought I had noticed that the last time I went in there, actually.
It's pretty big. It's pretty big. But the thing is that, like, it kind of reminds me of a American arcade.
Oh, yeah.
You know, where there's tickets and things like that. Whereas, you know, like, I think that Yifans used to be sort of more like a Japanese
Japanese
arcade.
styles, definitely. Yifans was amazing. Like, that was... I remember, like, when I was in primary school, and... like, we would have a Spaces, like, in our town centre, and I would always go there on my way home and kind of get in trouble when I get home from my parents. But,
How old were you then?
like, 7 or 8.
7 or 8. Okay, so you used to live in Auckland as
No,
well?
I used to live in Turangi.
Okay, alright.
But, like, I would go, like, on my way home from school, because on the way home I walk through the town centre and I have, like, a Spaces there.
Mm-hmm.
And I would go in there and I would spend time in there instead of going straight home.
Right, okay.
So I would get in trouble with my parents, so I watched a lot of people playing Mortal Kombat, Mortal Kombat 2, Street Fighter 2, those kind of games.
So this is like more like just the local Spaces.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think that's kind of where my own kind of love for fighting games and love for being in an arcade came from.
Okay.
Yeah, and I think when I first went into eFunds, it was kind of those memories that kind of came back to me.
Yeah, I see. Okay, well, I guess that, like, everyone is sort of on the same boat in that. I mean, for me, I just like the arcades because, it was... I think that, like, arcades were lit back then. I don't know why. Like, I have consoles and things like that, but arcades is just where the fun is.
I think it's the social aspect of it.
And also, like, I guess, if you're really, really good at a game, you have other kids come and watch you, and stuff like that,
I mean, in saying that, like, I remember watching people like Zazov and Daryl, and I'm like, oh my god, they're so good. These people are gods.
Just like what you say now today.
I mean,
but you don't mean
wrong.
it. You don't mean it when you call Jamie a god, right?
What do you? Of course I mean it when I say Jamie's a god.
What about Jambo? Who's more of a god, Jamie or Jambo?
Oh my god! Don't ask me that question. Because it really depends on what's going on at the moment. I would say right now, Jambo is more of a god. He's bodying us so hard.
But he always complains that he wins.
So I mean, I don't want to be sharing like insider information about the factory, but I think part of that meme is so all the tournaments with big prizes like the Burger King tournament, Ping Zero,
right?
Like anything that had like a big prize, Jamie would usually beat Jambo. And then anything that didn't really have anything on the line, those would be the tournaments that Jambo would beat Jamie at. But it wasn't until recently, I would say War would be the first tournament where there was like something big on the line where Jambo has come out on top. So I think that's kind of where the shift in the Jambo or Jamie always wins memes has come from.
I see, because they always give each other so much like stick about who's better than each other. Like, it's not like I'm better. It's like, no, you're better than me. And it's like, and then Jambo's like, no, you're better. It's just like a really like a test of who is more modest.
But the thing with that is that what people don't understand is that you guys only see the outside of it.
Yeah.
Like we see that every day, and
oh come on, man! I live with them in Red Zone Rumble.
So you know.
I know like what they get up to. Yeah.
I know what they get up to too.
Jeez. With that, especially with that like look on your face, I know what they get up to. The Queen has spoken. Yeah. So let's just get back onto track there. I mean, so how did you start with Street Fighter 5? I mean, I know that you were like before. Everything, it was Tekken, and then you started getting into Smash. So why Street Fighter 5?
So it's kind of strange. So while I was playing Melee, I always remember watching kind of at Rainbats, watching the guys play Street Fighter, and it looked really fun. But I think at that time, Ultra had been like Street Fighter 4 had been around for so long that just trying to catch up in that game would probably be too hard. Just because there's so many years and just so many characters to learn what they do. It's kind of like when you're starting to learn a MOBA, and there's so many characters, and it's a bit overwhelming at first, and that's kind of how I felt about Ultra Street Fighter 4. And so
because there's already a foundation, isn't there?
Yeah.
Yeah, of skill and things like that. Whereas when Street Fighter 5 came out, it's a brand new game.
Yeah, definitely. So Street Fighter 5 came out, and I was watching the trailers, and because I also remember, so my best friend in high school, the one I was talking about earlier, Rogue Baby, we used to play so many fighting games. Like, I would go over to his place, we'll play Tekken, we'll play Guilty Gear, and we would be playing all night. We wouldn't care we had school the next day, you know. We would be up till 5 a.m, have an hour's sleep, go to school, fall asleep in class, you know. We just didn't care. But and like for me, like the 3D fighters, I would win more, but the 2D fighters, those would be the ones where he would beat me. So I remember, like, I have a lot of memories playing Street Fighter with him, where I would be playing like Cammy or Ken or those kind of characters. And then when Street Fighter 5 was coming out, I remember watching the trailers and thinking, you know, this might be a game that I want to try. And none of the characters really interested me. Like, I always really liked Karin, and I always really liked Amika, but watching the trailer, I was just like, no, this isn't for me. And then the Laura trailer came out, and I'm like...
Hello!
I'm like, oh, girl! I think this is the one for me.
Well, definitely, Laura does seem bae, though. She is bae.
She's definitely very easy on the eyes.
Yeah.
But and then I started playing her, and...
What, just medium kick?
Well, that came later. That came later,
okay.
funnily enough. But, like, my first few months playing that game, I would have played... Because it came out in the February, and then I like, the game didn't really click with me until just after BAM that year. So
what year was this?
This was the first year it came out, so it would have been 2016.
Okay, yeah.
Because BAM 10's this year. Yeah, because it would have been BAM 8.
BAM 8. Okay.
And so I was still that's like when the game came out, I was still playing Smash quite competitively. But I think my interest had started to wane. Like I was starting to plateau. I didn't like I knew how to improve, but I was kind of lazy and I didn't want to kind of grind that out.
Because Smash is it's a different game altogether. I was talking to this about, with Margin Toash, and he did say that, look, it's a totally different game. I mean, a lot of people would say that it's not a fighting game, but, I think that, you're just... If it's two dudes just in an arena just smashing the shit out of each other, I think that that's somewhat a fighting game.
Like... There's still a lot of the same aspects of a fighting game, because like you've got mix-ups and kind of frame data, and then there's still a lot of mind games as well. So there's a lot of and then movement as well, because movement is a big thing in fighting games too. But
the scaling is a little bit whack though.
It's like these aspects of fighting games, but then it's kind of flipped on its head. Yeah.
So, like I said to Tosh before, to Sheldon, I did say, I was just like, think of the FGC, like the FGC, like everyone that plays games, like the different types of games that's out there. Let's just think of the games being like, one person. I'd probably say that all the fighting games is one family, which is the fighting game family. But then you have like the adopted son, which is Smash.
I mean. I don't know if I agree with that, but I would probably say the adopted son would probably be the anime community. Not being shady, not being shady towards anime games, but not being shady towards anime games.
But yeah, okay. So basically, all I know is that you did mention that before you were known as Banzai. So I remember talking to you on MSN, and
my God.
and then you were saying to me, you were like quoting all these like anime like quotes and
oh my God,
Daisuke and stuff.
Daisuke.
And you said that, you know, before then you did say you're like, oh, I'm only attracted to Asian girls.
You remember that? Wow.
And you also said that you sung Japanese in your talent quest at school.
I did. I sung, I think it might have been Quincy by Boa, but I can't remember.
You were a Boa fan, eh?
I was.
Yeah?
Wow. Because I'm like, that was kind of...
I told you I was going to dig stuff up.
Wow.
I told you I was going to dig it up.
Taking it back.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think in high school, that was one of my covers for being gay, that, you know, I was into Asian women, that I really liked Japanese and Korean pop music because, you know, and I liked the girls in it.
I know, but how do you mean by it was like a cover? I know that you said that, you know, you're open, obviously you're an openly gay player.
I mean...
And you said that, you know, what, is it sort of like a mask or something like that?
Like, in a way, like, people... because of the way that I am, and... And kind of the way that I walk and the way that I move my body, people kind of make assumptions about me without actually knowing. And I think at that stage I wasn't really comfortable with it, so that was kind of my way of kind of...
This was back in high school as well?
This was in high school, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, to be very honest though, I mean, high school isn't like the best place to be different.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, like, it's a really cool place to be. And, you know, I just think that it's practically like a League of Legends community. Like,
that's horrible.
Like, I think so. I mean, you need to be like a specific sort of, you know, you need to be a specific type of person, like the jock or something, the guy that plays sports, you know, the guy that grunts, you know, to be, you know, like respected and things like that. Whereas if you're any different, you know, like people just start like, you know, sort of talking about you and stuff, and it's hard. It's hard. Yeah, for sure. So what happened to, you know, your name now? You're more known for CubT. So yeah, let's talk about that.
So when I moved back to Auckland from Christchurch, this was 2015.
So you were in Christchurch for a little bit.
So I studied. I was actually living in Auckland from 2009 to 2011, studying, and then I moved to Christchurch with my partner, who's now my ex. And then I was down there for a few years. But when I moved back after that, I was thinking to myself, I don't really want to be known in the community as Banzai, because I don't. Like, I wasn't really into. I'm not gonna say I'm not into anime, because I kind of am and I'm kind of not. But it wasn't.
You're not as like, you know, intense as you were before, right? Like, you know, you're not you're not like, I want to be Japanese.
Oh my god, definitely not.
Yeah.
But I think.
Was it quite a bad breakup with him? Was it?
At the time, I would say yes.
Okay.
I think everyone's first relationship and first breakup is always the hardest, just because you've never been through those kind of emotions before. So, and I did take it quite badly. But, and how I recovered was. Actually, let me get back to answering your question first.
All right.
So CubT kind of came from. I was trying to think of what, because Banzai didn't really represent me anymore, and I was trying to think of a name that kind of represented who I was, and I kind of thought, so in the gay community, I identify as like a bear or a cub.
So what you mean by like as in a bear, as in hairy, big.
Kind of bigger, kind of masculine, but kind of not sometimes. So that was one of them, and then the other word that I kind of identified myself.
Let's not say that, because you did tell me what it was prior.
I mean, if you want to know what it is, just change the B in my tag to an N, and then you'll figure it out.
Okay, there you go.
But yeah, so I took those two words and I combined them together, and that's kind of how CubT was born. Yeah.
I always thought that it was like something like cup of tea or cup of tea or like something like that.
Well, that's it's funny because that's what people like other people have thought it was cup of tea as well.
Yeah, cup of tea. Okay.
Yeah.
Because
So
when you win, when you take the
before.
W, you just sit down, sip a cup of tea. It's just like, yep.
Yeah, bitch. How does that feel?
No, that's cool, man. That's cool. So, Banzai to CubT and everything, and I think the rest was history. Were you known as CubT back in the Smash community as well?
Yeah. So the first tournament that I went to as CubT was First Blood 6, and it was kind of the first tournament that I attended in Auckland. So initially with that, so I was in the NZ Tekken Facebook, and I seen Connor was asking, does anyone have any monitors they can bring? And I was like, oh yeah, I've got this monitor, I can bring that. And that's kind of how I ended up going to that tournament. And then, but at that stage I didn't have a copy of, I think it was Tag 2 at the time, so...
That was on Xbox as well, because everyone played on Xbox 360 back then, for every fighting game. Yeah.
And then, but I had been playing a lot of Smash 4 on 3DS, and I had actually... I remember even with my ex, whenever Evo was on, I would watch a lot of Melee, the Melee finals, and I just really enjoyed watching that. So it was kind of at that tournament that I entered Smash 4 at that tournament, and I also entered Tekken Tag 2. That tournament is
We'll touch base on that. I believe that same tournament was when Jamie came to my house to grab the 2 arcade sticks.
Yeah, it was.
It was that one, eh?
Yeah, it was that one.
Yeah, I remember that now. No, we'll talk about that very shortly.
Because I was actually in the car with Jamie.
Yeah, that's right. I was like, he said something like, I shouldn't be holding Adam too long. Like he's in the car, and I'm like, oh, okay, was it Banzai? And he's like, yeah, Banzai, and I'm like, oh, okay, and he goes, no, that's not his name anymore. I'm like, okay, that's cool. Yeah, so, you did mention something like, that you are, like, openly, gay and things like that. Has there been any difficult moments within the community that, that have sort of pissed you off? Or made you sort of, like, tilted you a little bit?
Like, in regards to, like, the gay stuff, not really. Like they're at First Blood 6. I do remember. So I remember chatting to this guy, and I knew who he was. Like I didn't really want to talk to him, but I didn't want to be rude. And he was talking to me, and like he was asking me these questions, and I was just talking to him, and then I was telling him about kind of like my background, what I was there for. And I was telling him, I was coming here to make some new friends. I wanted a new friend group.
Don't tell me that this is the guy, right?
The guy?
The guy.
I mean, if it's the guy we're thinking of, yep, it is.
Okay, yeah. So as you are.
So the person I'm talking about. So I walked into this. So let's just go back to the beginning. I walk into the tournament to get my tag, and there's this guy in front of me, and it's fine. He walks into the counter, and Dave is there. And he says to Dave, "Do you know who I am?"
Oh goodness!
and I'm
he said the exact same thing after, like during this arcade tournament, when someone was just talking over everyone and just and was just commenting on stuff, but. Like, that's what tournaments are, they just talk a lot of shit, and yeah, he went up to that guy and he goes, "Do you know who I am?" Pretty much exactly the same thing. He's like, if you knew who I am, you wouldn't be talking to me like that, because I could get you banned from this place. And just crap like that.
I'd like, for my first kind of tournament, like coming back to Auckland, it was just kind of funny that from walking in the door, one of the first things I heard was this guy kind of walking in and being like, "Do you know who I am?" And
Yeah.
I'm sitting there like,
Who the F do you think you are? Right?
yeah, I was like, "Oh, okay." And then like Dave said to him, "No, I don't." And then he's like, "Oh, I'm Tekken King," and I'm like, "Oh!" And obviously, I knew who Tekken King was. You know,
Well, especially with my video going viral and stuff.
you know, I was still a part of the NZ Tekken Facebook.
Yeah.
And I followed it loosely. So I was aware who he was. I mean, I didn't know him by face, so I didn't realize that it was him before he said that.
Yeah.
But I as I said earlier, I was chatting to him later, and I was telling him, you know, I recently broke up with my ex, and then I just moved back, and then when he found out that my ex was male, he was like, "Oh, you know, you should keep that quiet because some people around here might not like that."
Mm-hmm.
And and in my head I was thinking, you don't actually come to any of these tournaments, though, so how would you know?
Yeah, like that just sounds like really like, you know, that's bigotry right there. Like yeah, I mean, what kind of nerve does he have?
It's a roundabout way of saying
exactly
of saying
you're not welcome here because we don't welcome your kind here, like that kind of like.
It's kind of like in a caring way, but it's actually not. It's kind of like when someone gives you a compliment, but it's actually an insult at the same time.
Yeah. So it's like a double-edged sword. So what, was that the only time? Everyone has been quite welcoming.
Yeah, definitely. Everyone has been really welcoming to me. Like, no one really cares.
And I don't think they should.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, I mean, like I said, like what Dave said. It's like, it's 2018. Doesn't matter. Like, why should it affect you?
And that's the thing, is it doesn't. Like, I'm here, like, I turn up to the tournaments to play games, to kick some ass, to take some names. You know, I'm not here. I'm not, like, I don't turn up to the tournaments to try and hook up with someone or anything like that, if you know what I mean.
Or touch someone, you know, inappropriately.
Yeah, definitely.
And I'm pretty sure if you did, people would just, like, laugh it off. Because, you know, you are CubT and that's what you do.
I mean, I haven't done anything like that before, but I mean, if it did happen, you know, I don't think people will mind.
If you think about it, I mean, if you did that, if you slapped Jamie, like, you know, right in the ass, like, he'll probably just turn around and just smile back at you.
You know what he would probably say?
What?
Wow, I thought that was Jambo.
Oh, jeez. Oh, goodness. Okay.
Wow.
So, you know, when you're at these tournaments and things like that, I mean, all I remember is that when I've known you as Banzai, you know, it's always the fact that, you know, for me, you know, when I was talking to you on MSN and things like that, I've always just sort of portrayed you as, like, you know, like this very nice guy, like just a very, very lovely person and things like that. You know, I know that, you know, don't cry. But,
I'm not crying. I'm just waiting for what's coming next.
But basically, you know, in the community there, you know, you have been quite vocal. You have talked a lot of crap and things like that. But I kind of feel that, you know, it is kind of like, you know, there's two sides of CubT that we're seeing. So, you know, obviously right now when you talk to me, you know, there's just that nice guy and everything like that. But I kind of think that, you know, when you're at tournaments, you sort of put on this kind of mask or some kind of persona or something like that.
So, when I'm at a tournament, especially if I'm still in, I'm always very focused because I think for myself, like, I go into every match thinking I can win. Because, like, when you're fighting games competitively, I think self-confidence is something that is a very strong trait to have. And going into matches not thinking you can win is not the way, it's not the mindset to go in with. Because one, you're setting yourself up to lose, and two, you're setting yourself up to doubt your decision making.
Okay, yeah.
And like,
makes sense.
Hesitation in these games can cost you rounds. So I feel for myself that I do put on a front because, that's just what I'm like in public. Like, I've always been very.
You've been very vocal about a lot of things, and you like to sort of scream on the top of your lungs. About things.
It depends though. Like, I think, like when I'm not focusing on the tournament, I'm very loud. I'm very, like, you'll definitely hear me before you see me. But I think that's just from. That's just from kind of coming from a drama background and knowing how to kind of project my voice well.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, not really, like, having the self-confidence to just say what I want and to not really, not care what people think, but, you know, I'm just gonna say it,
You don't give a shit.
Well, I do and I don't, like, I'm just gonna say, like, I'm just gonna say whatever I want, but I'm like that in game though.
Mm-hmm.
In game, I'm just gonna do whatever I want, and if you can't deal with it, that's on you.
Exactly. So I remembered once when I was playing a game, and then all you were saying was just like, "Oh, come on, man! You know, like, you gotta start trying. You gotta be like Jamie. You gotta keep trying. Come on, man! Oh, come on! You can't lose to the scrub. You can't lose to him." And then I'll just be like, "Adam, shut up!" And you're like, "Come on, just do it. Just do it." Xiaoyu's broken. She's cheap. She's so cheap.
So cheap, la. So cheap,
Exactly.
la. So cheap.
Yep.
Why you so good, la?
Yeah, like that.
Why you so good?
Oh goodness me. Yeah, and you just hear that, like, just in the back. And that's the same with Connor as well. I think that he kind of gets bothered with. I mean, it doesn't bother me as much as it used to, but now, like, Connor. I remember once last week in Rambats, when I was when you were on the commentary box, and then I came to join you, and then it was
because
Connor.
we were commentating his game, weren't we?
Yeah, and then I said, pretty much I said, "Oh, NCA is a very, very prominent player," and things like that. And then he started losing. And then after the match, he came up to me and he's like, "You dick!" I'm like, "What did I do?" It's like, "You made me lose. You started talking about me." I was like, "Geez, like, what an OS."
But I mean, the thing is that when you're on commentary, you kind of have to talk about the player.
You have to talk about the player, yeah.
And I think that's another skill in itself. Especially when you get on stream, like, especially if the streams don't have headphones, is being able to deal with, being able to hear the commentators and stuff that they say, and also being able to deal with the crowd. I know a lot of players don't deal with crowds well. Jambo is actually a player that deals with crowds really well. Like, I know that he really gets off on, the crowd getting behind him. I think for myself, I just pretend that crowd's not there.
Oh, okay. So there's a lot of Jambo fans in the crowd, you say?
I like, in New Zealand, I think even though people would argue that Ghost Chips is the people's champ, but I actually think it's Jambo. Like, people love watching him play Ryu in Season 1.
And now Akuma.
And now people are loving... Like, Jambo lives for people popping off when he does lip parries with Akuma. And it was the
I've
same in
seen
Season
that
1
a couple
with
of
Ryu.
times. Yeah.
Like, Jambo is the people's champ. I don't care what you say. Don't at me.
True, okay, so what you... Okay. Now, Ghost Chips, I mean, he's always been in the spotlight, ever since, I came back into the scene for Tekken and things like that. I mean, he's a real talented kid.
He's extremely talented.
He's very talented, and but the thing is that I've told this to Toash as well, that if you're on the pinnacle for too long, you're going to end up, like, people are going to want you to lose. Because basically, we want to see upsets. We want to see a new champ. And if you're going to be there taking it all the time, people are just going to go, "Oh, okay, what else is new?"
It's funny you say that, because you would think that people would be like that with ghost ships by now, but they're not.
Think about it, yeah.
I feel like the community is still very much. They still really enjoy seeing him win. It's like
he's got that "you deserve it" factor.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, the "you deserve it," the whole wrestling, the chants.
I mean, I kind of see it. I think because you see him in grand finals against Jamie, and the crowd cheer for ghost ships. You see him in grand finals against Jambo, and the crowd's still cheering for ghost ships even at war. So he hasn't actually quite gotten to that point yet.
Mm-hmm. And that's the same with Margin Toash as well. Is that in Fighters?
Fighter Z.
Yeah, he's
Dragon Masher Z.
Yeah, Dragon Masher Z. He's at the top, and
is he
always
still at the top though? I hear he didn't win war.
He didn't win war. Blackout took him out.
Mm-hmm.
But,
so does that mean he's still at the top?
I still think he's still
not being shady, but being shady.
I still think that he's still quite up there and everything. I still crown him as the people's champ of Fighters, even though there's another people's champ, which is Waza. In Fighters, I reckon they both are. They both are.
Because the other name I want to bring in there is Blackout, but Blackout's the heel of the.
He's
NZFGC.
always a heel. He's always a heel,
and I love him for it. Like he's one of the people in the NZFGC I have so much respect for.
I respect him too. I mean, he's really talented. At every game. I mean, it's kind of just scary seeing someone always be at the top 8 at every single game that they enter in.
Definitely.
Yeah. So and because you have to split up your time, and everything like that to different games. It's not like Ghost Chips playing just Street Fighter 5, Dan Banter just playing Tekken 7, and so forth. So it's different, and it's really hard to sort of really hard to sort of just split your time like that and focus on different games and still be really, really good. That's the thing about what when I interviewed Sketch. This was something that wasn't recorded, and I kind of wish that it was. But he did say that he had a chat with Takedo, and he actually told me that he asked Takedo, "Is like, look, okay, you've had so many, you used to play so many games and things like that. So is it actually your choice that you stuck with Street Fighter 5 only, or was it Echo Fox's choice?" And
wow, that's a really interesting question.
Yeah, and then basically Takedo answered, "We don't know the truth, the absolute truth. I mean, he could be telling the truth for all we know." And he actually said, "It's my choice. I just want to play Street Fighter 5 and Street Fighter 5 only."
Because it's quite funny because you see a lot of pro players talking about Street Fighter 5 and them kind of saying that they're only still playing it because of the money. It's like I remember last year when we were at BAM, I was in an apartment with Xian. That was actually Brandon, the Kuma player from Singapore, his apartment, because he was studying in Melbourne, and ZG was there, Insomniac was there, and I remember Xian actually saying, I probably wouldn't be playing this game because I think KOF, the most recent one that just came out, and he was talking about how that game is more fun to play for him, but there's no money there, and that's why he's still playing Street Fighter 5.
Okay, so he gets paid to play Street Fighter 5, does he? Or was it just more prize money?
More prize money, I would say.
More prize money, okay. Yeah, because I know that, there's, obviously like Echo Fox, someone like the likes of Justin Wong, who's always, who takes part in every single game. And then you've got Takedo, who's like Street Fighter 5, you've got Saint and JDCR, who's Tekken 7, but that's pretty much it. But Takedo, we all know he plays different games.
Yeah, definitely.
So, but the thing is that he's only just focusing on Street Fighter.
Because in the past he did actually play multiple games. I mean,
enough about esports. Enough about like tournaments. Enough about all that other crap. let's talk about Adam himself. Like
What do you want to know?
the mask. So the face behind the mask of CubT. So obviously, you're a huge anime fan back then. You probably still are, right? Like, I mean, I enjoy the occasional. I enjoy the occasional anime and stuff. And I mean, the current one I'm watching right now is Persona 5.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I remember, you were telling me crap like because I dressed Lily up as Takamaki.
Oh yeah. Yep.
And then you kind of like shat on it. And you're like, oh my god, like,
oh my god, you're such a weeb.
you're such a basic bitch.
Oh, that's right. That's
Yeah.
right. Yeah. Well, I mean, the thing is, when you think about Persona 5, like, the most basic waifu in that game is Anne Takamaki.
Yeah,
Like-
I've got her on my wallpaper right now.
Oh my god.
I mean, she's babe.
You basic.
Nah, man. Like, I mean, okay, it's not as
Like,
basic.
out of
not as basic as
all the-
Makoto.
Out of all the waifus, how could you pick her?
She's cool. She's
She's
all
the
good. Okay,
most vanilla.
I can say this much is that I mean, if you're in high school, you'd always want to have like a really hot girl like be part of your group. Like someone who's just smoking.
Not her.
No, I think so. I think like even the way that she dresses and like at school and things like that looks really cool. I don't know, like Makoto's all good, Futaba's all good, and Hifumi's all good, which is your favorite. But
Hifumi. Which one was she again?
the Shogun,
The Shogi girl.
Shogi
yeah.
girl, yeah.
Yeah, she was definitely my favorite.
She was actually meant to be part of the storyline.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but then they had to can her because it just took too long. You know how long Persona 5 takes.
I haven't finished it. I'm at the very last dungeon, but I put it down for other things.
Well, you should understand already that it's like over 100 hours long.
Definitely.
Yeah, so that's
It's a
what it is.
commitment.
It's a huge commitment, but I played through it twice.
Oh, really?
Actually, so I'm actually at about 230 hours.
On different difficulties, I assume.
Yeah, on hard. So it's definitely there. But yeah, what other anime do you like watching? I mean, let's touch base on what you used to like. Like, maybe any recommended shows that you'd recommend to anyone. Come on, no yaoi, please, no yaoi.
I wasn't gonna suggest yaoi anyway, but
No Boku no Pico, please.
So in high school, I watched a lot of Bleach, and I really like Kogias.
Mhm.
But since recently, I haven't been watching anything.
Oh, you like Code Geass as well?
Definitely. That was one of my favorite anime in high school.
You know the main character of Persona 5 is actually voiced by Lelouch.
Definitely.
You can tell. You can tell from
You
a
can
mile
tell
away.
from the similar voices.
Yeah, so anyway, yeah.
But recently, the only and this is gonna the only anime I've actually been watching recently is Cardcaptor Sakura Clear Card.
Okay.
But
I tried watching it. It's really slow at the beginning.
It is really slow, and it isn't very clear what's actually going on. Like I found there wasn't really a strong pull.
Okay.
But I've fallen behind a few episodes just because I've recently moved. But I'm still kind of invested. I will go back to that.
It's a very nice looking anime.
Definitely.
Yeah, that's for sure. Yeah, I mean, there's that, and so we already established all of that. You liking anime and things like that. I think that for me, the first one, the only anime that I'm watching right now is Persona 5, and
Because how long has Persona 5 been out for? How many episodes out?
only 4.
Oh,
no,
okay.
3 actually.
Okay.
They just got An. They just recruited An.
Oh yeah, I might watch that.
Give it a
actually.
watch. Give it a watch. I mean, all I can say is that Persona 5 is much better than 3 and 4. Much better.
Hopefully-
Blows it out of the water.
Hopefully, the anime version of An isn't as basic as the game version.
No,
I'm not really here for vanilla.
there's a lot more depth in the characters, and even Ren himself, like the main character, he has a lot more lines and things like that. And because he was the person you controlled, and
Well, I mean, it's not like in the anime he's going to be like voiceless, like
exactly.
he's in the game.
Well, he's not like Link. Link doesn't have any. Linku. Yeah.
Rinku.
So yeah, like that's what it is. So it is what it is, I guess. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, before we sort of wrap this all up and everything, there's that one question. So I don't know. Like, take your pick. Who is your fighting game waifu or husbando?
Oh my god, that's such a hard question.
Look, notice I said husbando as well. So there's a lot more guys to choose from out of the whole thing. He's thinking very hard. Come on, I thought that you were prepared for this.
I don't even know who I would pick.
Who did you fall in love with when you first saw them? Who was your love at first sight?
Oh my god, I don't want to say.
You don't want to say.
Part of the reason I don't want to say is because I actually hate fighting this character, and I'm very vocal about my hate about this character. But it's funny because it's actually Zangief.
It's actually Zangief.
Zangief, yeah.
Oh my goodness. Okay. What? So you like big, hairy, sweaty men? Is that
I mean, isn't that what we all like?
You like,
I wouldn't say no.
You like the pile drivers.
I mean, getting pile drivers sounds pretty good.
Jeez. Alright. No, so Zangief. Okay, Zangief.
It's getting hot in here.
So what? So you're saying that you don't like fighting Soul and Shamiya and them?
So for Laura, that's a really hard matchup.
Oh, is it just really... Oh, okay. Is it easy for Zangief to get in?
It's very easy to keep Laura out, and then because Laura doesn't really have many defensive options, as soon as he gets in...
it's just the end of it. And it's just mix-up after mix-up after mix-up.
Yeah, definitely. It's mix-up after mix-up.
50-50s. Yeah. True. So it's not like Dowsum, because Dowsum keeps Zangief out, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think that Bison as well is also a anti-Zangief. But the old Bison, I'd say, probably.
I think
this is from...
earlier games he was, yeah, definitely. Yeah. But in this game, I'm not quite so sure.
Zangief, okay.
Yeah.
We haven't really had many, like, husbandos. But what about waifus?
Waifu? Oh, like, this is... It's so funny because this is another character I always complain about.
Oh, no.
And it's Cammy.
Okay, so you're into, like, your Street Fighter characters.
So...
There's actually been a few Cammies, like, people choosing Cammy. And Dave's one of them.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Dave, and you've got Lennox.
I mean, that doesn't surprise me.
He said that he has a soft spot for blonde girls with British accents.
But yeah, like, I love Cammy, and I would love to play Cammy, but I can't.
Why is that? Is it just difficult?
So Cammy is a character that's really easy to pick up, but quite hard to master. Like, to play her well, you have to have really strong fundamentals. And I mean, my fundamentals aren't bad, but like, she ain't Laura, that's for sure. No, I'm not saying Laura's an easy GG character, but...
Well, she's got middle kick.
Well, she doesn't anymore.
Oh, is
that
it
was
like...
that was actually removed in the patch that came in with Arcade Edition.
Oh, okay.
So...
Why did they remove it? Because, like, this goes to show that I'm, like, no good at Street Fighter. Because, I don't really know what's going on. I mean, you've got Virtual Bacon and Drax who knows way more than me. But, yeah.
So essentially, what the problem with that was... So, last season you would press mid kick, but you would do it from a range where, like, you press mid kick, you'll be -2, but you could press mid kick again, and if they press the button, because the mid kick push, there was enough pushback on it that if they pressed a button to try and check you at -2, they would still get counter hit most of the time.
Okay.
And
would that lead into any combos or anything? Any
on
big
Kinda
damages?
It did, yeah.
Okay.
On Kinda Hit it did. And what frustrated people with that was, you know, it's a -2 situation. There should be me taking my turn back, but no, it's just someone mashing the button again.
Mm-hmm.
And I know for myself, at first I didn't really like using it that way, but by the end of the season I really found myself using that as kind of a way to frustrate my opponents and get in their head.
Would it also be like, you know, a breather for you? Because, you know, you're just like, okay, I'm just gonna like press like medium kick and just see what I can think of next. Like a planner.
In a way, because if you did get that medium kick on hit, then it could lead into another mix-up, a mix-up situation. So, like in a way, yes. But I find my own playstyle. It's very, I'm just gonna put you in so many situations and make you think so much that you kind of get overloaded. Yeah.
That goes the same with Tekken as well. Like, you know, sometimes a specific player can definitely overload you, and, you know, just make you tilt. And, you know, especially with like, you know, Jack players and things like that. You know, like, you know, you've got your debugger and things like that. You got your forward one. Yeah, it just infuriates people.
There was something I wanted to go back to.
Okay, yeah.
The first question that you talked about, the first question you asked me, it was about kind of how I got into Street Fighter, and I kind of wanted to talk about. I kind of want to talk about how I actually transitioned from playing Smash to Street Fighter 5 as my main game.
Okay, yeah.
It's kind of a story about how. It's also a story of how, like, I got close with Jamie and Chris, and how I got into the Salt Factory.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, the Salt Factories. There's special mentions to the Salt Factory as well. Yeah.
Shout out to my boys. You know, I'm always rooting for you, except when you're playing against me. So Bam 8. So I've been Spam 7, I've been Spam 8, I've been Spam 9, and I'm going to be a Bam 10 as well. Will not miss it. But Bam 8, I went over there. I was staying with a friend, and Zazob, Skyfall, and Tinkos, they were also going over.
Right.
I don't think either of them actually had a PS4 at that stage, and I'm like, oh, you can just borrow mine.
Oh, so wow, so you're the cool kid with the PS4 at first.
Yeah, I mean, you could say that.
Yeah.
But I was like, oh, you can have it for your hotel room. I mean, I'm not going to be using it, because at that stage I was focusing on Smash. But anyway, like, I wasn't going to enter Street Fighter 5, and then I decided, okay, no, I'm going to do it. And I entered, even though I wasn't, like, very good. At that stage, I played about 2,000 matches online. I was still in silver, still trying to figure the game out. But the Friday before pools, I remember being in Zazob and Skyfall's hotel room, and rather than them kind of preparing for their matches the next day, they sat there and they actually went through kind of some of the more advanced stuff of the game with me, and they helped me understand things that I didn't really get. And it really meant a lot to me that people kind of just taking time out to, like, when they could have been doing so many other things to prepare for themselves.
Like practicing against, like, you know, a certain character that they struggle with. They decide to sort of invest their time into you, teaching you how things work.
And that...
Yeah, okay.
That really... And I think that was kind of the...
Struck a heartstring?
It did, like, that was the first time that I had really spent a lot of time with them. And
that's typical Jamie, though. Typical Zazob. I mean, he definitely... he's always got, like, an edge when it comes to a game, like any game that he picks up. And he picks up things really, really quickly. Like, these few days I've been playing Fortnite with him.
Oh yeah, I hear you've been playing a lot of Fortnite.
Yeah, and you know, he was the one that sort of just taught me. Like, I mean, I play with a lot of mates Fortnite, but then I still don't know how to build for shit. But like, it was Zazob that was saying, okay, well, this is how you should build.
This is the optimal way of.
This is the optimal way of building. Yeah, so. Yeah, I fully understand where you're coming from. He's taught me a lot about Tekken as well.
Definitely.
And I think that, you know, I'm like the player that I am today you know, because of Jamie's sort of teachings of what he says. Like, he's got a really good understanding for a lot of games. Yeah.
And it's like I'm the same though. Like especially with Street Fighter, I would not be where I am if it wasn't for like Jamie teaching me the game, Chris teaching me about setups, Jambo frustrating me and kind of forcing me to get better and play better, and then even Thomas. Like Thomas has taught me so much, not just about Tekken but about Street Fighter as well. Like his reads are amazing, just the way that he picks up on patterns.
This is Cornova, right?
Cornova, yeah.
Yeah, he's starting to really play Street Fighter as well. It always seems like, you know, Street Fighter is always like, you know, the big game to, you know, in the it is the fighting game community.
But I think in a way, like when you are so good at another game, it's really, and like when there's always so much expectation on you to do well, playing another game competitively. Like there's a bit of a relief there because
it kind of
the
softens.
Expectation is gone.
It pads the impact, I guess.
Yeah.
Like, you know, if you lose or something like that. I mean, that's the reason why I'm playing fighters. Is, you know,
because you're playing. Because like I hear you and Jamie have also been playing Dragon Ball Fighter Z.
We have.
I know he's only just got the game though.
He just got the game recently, and you know, it wasn't.
And I hear he's pretty free.
I wouldn't say that. I mean, I'm pretty free myself. I mean, I only know a few basic combos, but I don't really know much about the crossovers and things like that. But you know, it's a fun game. It's a fun game to pick up. It's a fun game for downtime when, you know, when I've played like so much Tekken. You know, I haven't even touched Tekken in the last 5 days.
Well,
it's
funny you say that because for me, like when I signed up, because I signed up for BAM today, and I signed up this morning, and I'm like, should I sign up for Tekken? I haven't played since December. Like the last time I played was Officers and Soul.
Yeah.
And I just thought to myself, if I'm going to BAM, I'm going to play Tekken anyway. You know, I might get the opportunity to play against Lohai or Kurans or whoever. So I mean, I might as well.
Yeah,
I'm actually really excited.
That's the attitude. That's the attitude that you should be going into a tournament, and just head held high. Even if you lose, you know, you're still like, okay, I did my best. That's it.
It's just about being excited to be there.
Exactly.
Like, for me, just being in the crowd, there's going to be a 5v5, I think, on the Friday, and I think
fun, right? The fun thing.
I mean, I would say it's for fun, but I think it's going to be quite competitive.
Okay.
I think New Zealand's got a pretty good team this year.
Okay. Oh, is it like a New Zealand versus Australia thing?
I think they're doing states, and then New Zealand's going to be in that as well.
That's pretty cool.
Like previous years.
I like that. I like that idea.
Previous years, I think like the only real players that have gone over have been like Zazov and Blackout, so they haven't really had a full team.
Yeah.
But I think this is the first year that they've done it, that we have had enough players to really have a full team in this kind of thing. Because I know at the moment we've got Dan Banter, we've got Zazov, we've got Cornova, and then Neil's going over as well. And for the 5v5, I think they just need one more player, so...
Maybe CubT, maybe Drax, maybe a whole lot. But yeah, we're still trying to get Drax across. Yeah, I mean, I would like to go, but I can't. Yeah, I've got like...
it would be... I think for me, it would be really nice to see you on commentary there.
The only reason why... Okay, I guess that, you know, the cat's out of the bag. I'm going to be a dad. And,
oh, wow. Congratulations.
That's the reason why I can't go to BAM.
Oh, wow.
I can't go to BAM because that's when my baby's due. My baby is due in sometime in June, but the thing is that I know BAM's in May, but the thing is that
she could come early, right?
She could drop any moment, and like, you know, I do not want to be that dude that didn't like that didn't go to the birthday.
Yeah, I mean, exactly. You're never gonna live that down.
That's the reason why, like, you know, that's the reason why I've crossed BAM off my list. That's the reason why I crossed Counter Capital off my list. You
must be so excited because.
I am super excited. I'll be having a little girl. And we still haven't got a name for her yet or anything. But yeah, like, I think that, you know, this is the best time to sort of mention it on your episode, which is, Yeah.
Oh, that's
And I think that, there might be more episodes coming, but, I mean, we're going to have to slow down a little bit until, you know, the baby gets a bit older and things like that. But who knows, maybe Drax might sort of take the reins a little bit.
I mean, I guess it's just because obviously when you have a child, things are gonna change. But it's just seeing what you can still do and like how you can work around it.
Exactly. I mean, just because I'm a dad doesn't mean that I can't play
And I'm sure
games.
there's a lot of people in the NZFGC that can give you advice with that.
Exactly. No, the first person I'll be hitting up is Penalicious.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
He's been a dad long enough. So.
Definitely. Have you been checking out his streams with his son?
Yeah, it's pretty funny. Like just sort of just sort of Penalicious being all dad, like going dad mode, you know.
Because I mean that's kind of not the. It's not the usual that you're used to seeing from him.
No,
You're used to seeing him at tournaments. You're used to seeing him on Facebook calling out scrubs.
Yeah. And just being an absolute troll, but you know, he's just a totally different person.
Yeah, definitely.
Again. Well, yeah, no, I guess that that's pretty much us. So before we ride off into the sunset, is there anything else you'd like to mention? Any like? I shouldn't be saying that. Is there anything else? Is there any special mention? Any shout outs?
I just want to give a big shout out to Miss Vanjie.
Oh yeah?
Miss Vanjie. A big shout out to my girl Milky Cloud.
Oh yeah? Milky Cloud, always you know, the cheerleader of the FGC.
Always, you know, we're always a big fan of Milky Cloud.
Of course.
Big shout out to
She's
Shamia.
lovely. Yeah, another lovely player.
Big shout outs to Soul Factory, my Abuchi.
Your Abuchi. So your clan being the Soul Factory.
My clan, you know.
Clan, yep.
The boys.
Your crew.
The boys always being there for me, even though, you know, we fight. We fight sometimes and we're not. But, you know, at the end of the day, we always come back as mates, like, no matter what. So,
yeah.
you know.
No, that's good. Well, anyway, I guess that, you know...
I also want to thank my mum.
Your mum? Anyone else? You want to thank the whole Patterson family tree?
No.
Okay.
No.
But yeah, no, thank you again, Adam, for coming onto the show. It's been a real honour having you, and it's been a very, very entertaining conversation.
Oh, I
really
hope
enjoyed
so.
it. No, I should be the one thanking you, you know, and everything, you know, for being on the show. And thank you for all those people that will be watching this and everything. I'm pretty sure that, you know, we wouldn't be here right now if it wasn't for your guys' support. So, again, thank you for everyone that will be listening in, and I'll see you at the next episode.
Definitely.
Peace out.
Definitely. Thanks, guys. See ya.